I pulled up to the family farm in my 1992 Chevy. Same truck I'd driven for 12 years. Rust eating the wheel wells, paint faded to ghost blue, engine that coughed like a dying man. My brother Marcus saw me first. Started laughing before I even parked. "Jesus Christ, Jake, that thing's still running?" My other brother Tom joined in. Surprised it made it up the driveway. They stood there, beside their brand new F-250s, $50,000 each, financed for 7 years. But they looked successful, looked like they'd made it. I climbed out. My truck door creaked, loud, embarrassing. "You know," Marcus said, walking over, "they have these things called car loans. You should look into it." "I'm good." "You're pathetic." Tom laughed. Dad came out of the house, saw my truck, shook his head. That same disappointed look I'd seen for 5 years. Ever since I'd stopped trying to impress them, stopped competing, started focusing on something else. "Boys," Dad said, "let's eat." Sunday dinner, family tradition. We gathered around Mom's table. The conversation always turned the same direction. "Tom just bought his wife a new car," Dad announced. Proud. "BMW. Beautiful." "Marcus got promoted," Mom added. "Regional manager now." They both looked at me, waiting. I cut my chicken, said nothing. "What about you, Jake?" Dad asked. Always asked, always hoping. "Same old stuff. Working, staying busy." "Doing what exactly?" Marcus pressed. "This and that." "This and that," Tom mocked. Real specific, real impressive. They laughed. I smiled. Let them. Because in my pocket, in my truck, in my bank account, in the warehouse 30 miles from here, I had something they couldn't imagine, something I'd built while they'd been buying toys on credit. But it wasn't time yet. Not quite. The farm needed me first. Then I'd show them everything. After dinner, I drove my rusted truck home, past their shiny pickups, past their judgment, past their assumptions. They thought they knew me, thought they had me figured out. The family failure, the brother who couldn't make it. They had no idea at all. Soon, very soon, they'd understand. Monday morning, I sat in my real office. Not the old truck they mocked, not the small apartment they assumed I lived in, but a legitimate office, with my name on the door. Jake Thompson, CEO, Thompson Equipment Leasing, 5 years ago. I'd started with nothing, just an idea. Farmers needed equipment, but couldn't afford to buy it, so I'd buy it, lease it to them, take the risk, build the inventory, one piece at a time. Started with a single-used tractor, bought it cheap, fixed it, leased it to a struggling farmer, made enough to buy another, then another, slowly, quietly, built an empire. Now, I owned 2 warehouses full of equipment, tractors, harvesters, trucks, everything farmers needed, leasing to operations across 3 states. My accountant walked in. "Morning, Jake. Here's last quarter's numbers." I reviewed them. Profit. Significant profit. "You're doing well," she said. "Better than most companies your size. Why don't you spend some of it? You drive that old truck, live in that modest apartment. You're a millionaire living like you're broke. I'm saving for something specific." "What?" A moment. She didn't understand. How could she? She didn't know my family. Didn't know the years of judgment, the disappointment, the mockery. I'd been patient, invisible, let them think whatever they wanted, while I built something real, something solid, not debt dressed up as success, but actual wealth, actual stability. The phone rang. "Dad, Jake, need to talk. Can you come by the farm?" "When?" "Today. It's important." "I'll be there." I hung up, drove my old truck to the farm. Marcus and Tom were already there, looking serious, worried. Dad stood by the barn, looking older, tired. "Boys, we got a problem. The farm. It's struggling. Equipment's breaking down. Can't afford to replace it. Need about $200,000 for new tractors, new trucks, new everything." Silence. Marcus looked uncomfortable. "Dad, I'm tapped out. Just bought the new truck. The house renovation." Tom nodded. "Same. My credit's maxed." They both looked at me, expecting nothing. "What about you, Jake?" Dad asked, without hope. I shrugged. "Let me think about it." They almost laughed. Almost. That night, I made the calls to my suppliers, my dealers, my contacts. I need 3 brand new F-350s, top of the line. Red, identical. Can you deliver them by Saturday? That's a big order, Jake. 300,000 total. You sure? I'm sure. Also need a John Deere 8R series tractor and a Case IH combine. Latest models. Silence on the other end. Jake, that's over $1 million in equipment. For your leasing business? No, this is personal. I'm buying outright. Can you do it? Hell yes. I'll make the calls. Saturday delivery? Saturday morning. Early. I'll text you the address. Done. I hung up. Sat back. Felt something I hadn't felt in years. Anticipation. Excitement. 5 years of building. Saving. Proving myself to no one but myself. And now the moment had arrived. The moment when silence would speak louder than any words. I called a car hauler. I need transportation for 3 pickups. Saturday morning. Can you help? Where to? Family Farm. I'll send details. You got it. Next. I called a custom sign maker. I need vinyl decals. Large. Professional. For 3 trucks. Can you do a rush job? What do you want them to say? Thompson Equipment Leasing. Donated to Thompson Family Farm. How big? Door panels. Both sides. All 3 trucks. I can have them ready by Friday. Perfect. The pieces were falling into place. Saturday. 4 days away. 4 days until Sunday dinner. 4 days until everything changed. I thought about Marcus, his mocking smile, Tom's condescending tone, Dad's disappointed shake of the head. They'd judged me, dismissed me, assumed my worth based on my truck, never asking, never curious, never imagining that someone could choose to look poor while building wealth, that someone could prioritize substance over appearance, reality over image. I didn't hate them, wasn't even angry, just tired. Tired of being invisible, tired of being the joke, not for my ego, but because the farm needed help, and they couldn't provide it, but I could. And it was time they knew, time everyone knew, what quiet determination could build, what patience could achieve, what the family failure had actually become. Friday night, I couldn't sleep. Tomorrow was the day. I'd arranged everything. The trucks would arrive at 6 a.m. at my warehouse. I'd meet them there, get the decals applied, then drive them to the farm, arriving exactly at Sunday dinner time, when everyone would be there. Maximum impact, maximum revelation. I felt nervous, not about the money or the gesture, but about the confrontation, the moment when my family realized they'd been wrong about everything. Saturday morning, 5 a.m. I drove my old truck to the warehouse. The hauler arrived at 6, sharp. 3 beautiful red F-350s, gleaming in the early light. Top of the line. Every feature, every upgrade. Where do you want them? The driver asked. Park them here. I've got a guy coming to add decals. The sign maker arrived at 7. Worked quickly, professionally. Applied the vinyl lettering to all 3 trucks. Thompson Equipment Leasing. Donated to Thompson Family Farm. Bold, clear, undeniable. Beautiful trucks, he said. Lucky family. They don't know yet. Surprise. Something like that. By 9 a.m., the trucks were ready. The tractor arrived next. Massive, green, powerful. The combine followed, looking like a piece of industrial art. I stood there, surrounded by over $1 million in equipment. Equipment I'd bought, with money I'd earned, through business they knew nothing about. My phone buzzed. Mom. Jake, you coming to dinner tomorrow? I'll be there. Actually, I might bring some friends. Friends? You never bring anyone. Tomorrow's special. Okay, see you then. I hired 3 professional drivers. Tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. You'll each drive one of these trucks. Follow me to this address. Park where I tell you. Then wait. That's it? That's it. $500 each. Easy money. Not really. You'll see. Sunday morning. I woke before dawn, showered, dressed in my best clothes, not fancy, but clean, pressed, respectable, the old truck. I'd drive it one last time, one final ride as the family joke. Then, everything would change. I arrived at the warehouse at 8:30. The drivers were waiting, professional, ready. Follow me. Stay close. Don't pass me. Don't honk. Just follow. Got it, boss. I climbed into my old Chevy. Started the coughing engine, pulled out. 3 brand new red F-350s followed. like a parade, like an army, like justice. The drive to the farm took 30 minutes. I watched the new trucks in my rearview mirror, perfect, gleaming, following my rust bucket like lions behind a mouse. The irony wasn't lost on me. I called Dad. Hey, running a few minutes late, but I'm bringing something. For the farm, for the equipment problem. Jake, if you're talking about a small loan, we need more than... Just trust me. I'll be there in 10 minutes. I hung up, my heart hammered. 5 years of waiting, leading to this moment. We turned onto the farm's long driveway. I could see the house, the barn, family cars already parked, Marcus's new F-250, Tom's matching truck, Mom's SUV. Everyone was there. Perfect. I pulled up to the barn, parked my old Chevy in its usual spot. The 3 red F-350s pulled in behind me, parked in a perfect line. I got out. So did the drivers. My family poured out of the house, faces confused, then shocked, then stunned. What? What is this? Dad stammered. Marcus and Tom walked over, circling the trucks, reading the decals. Thompson Equipment Leasing? Tom read. What the hell? Is this your business? Marcus asked. I nodded. Has been for 5 years. You own a leasing company? Dad's voice cracked. I do. Started small. Grew it. These 3 trucks. They're yours. Donated to the farm. For equipment. For work. Whatever you need. Silence. Absolute silence. Mom covered her mouth, crying. But your truck. You always drove that old... I know what I drove. I know what you all thought. That I was broke. That I was failing. That I couldn't afford better. Jake, Marcus started. Let me finish. I could have bought a new truck years ago. Could have bought 10. But I didn't need to prove anything. I was building something. Something real. Not financed. Not debt. Real assets. Real business. Real success. Tom looked sick. Why didn't you tell us? Would you have believed me? Or would you have mocked that too? No answer. Because we all knew. They would have doubted, dismissed, mocked, until they saw proof, and now they were seeing it. There's more, I said. I pulled out my phone, made a call. Bring them in. 5 minutes later, 2 massive equipment haulers turned onto the property, carrying the tractor, the combine, state-of-the-art, pristine, worth more than everything on this farm combined. My brothers stood frozen. Dad's knees actually buckled. Mom caught him. Jesus Christ, Marcus whispered. The haulers parked, unloaded the equipment with professional precision, set them beside the barn, then drove away. I walked to the tractor, climbed up, retrieved the paperwork from the cab, brought it to Dad. This is the deed, the title, all of it. The 3 trucks, the tractor, the combine, all in the farm's name, free and clear. No payments, no debt, yours. Dad's hands shook holding the papers. Jake, this is over $1 million. 1.2 million, give or take. How? Hard work, smart investments, 5 years of building a business while you all thought I was failing. Tom sat on the ground, actually sat, like his legs gave out. I mocked you, called you pathetic. You did. I'm sorry, Jesus. I'm so sorry. Marcus couldn't speak, just stared at the equipment, at the trucks, at me, the brother he'd dismissed. Finally, Dad found words. Why didn't you tell us? We could have helped, supported you. Could you? Or would you have told me to get a real job? Buy a real truck? Stop dreaming? Silence. Guilty silence. That's what I thought. So I did it alone, proved it alone, and now, when the farm needs help, I'm here. Not with excuses, not with empty promises, with actual solutions. Mom hugged me, sobbing. I'm so proud, so incredibly proud. Thanks, Mom. Hey, but why help us? After how they treated you? Because family isn't about being right. It's about being there, when it matters. They were wrong about me, but I'm not wrong about them. They're my brothers. This is my family, my farm, and family. Family helps family. I looked at Marcus and Tom. They both had tears. I forgive you, both of you. The mockery, the judgment, all of it. Clean slate, starting now. Marcus stepped forward, hugged me, hard. Thank you, thank you. I don't deserve this. None of us deserve grace, that's why it's called grace. That afternoon, we sat on the porch, all of us, looking at the new equipment, the new trucks, the transformation. "Tell us about the business," Dad said. "How did you start?" So I told them everything. About seeing struggling farmers, about the idea, about buying that first tractor, the risk, the doubt, the slow growth, the sacrifice. I lived cheap, drove cheap, saved everything. Every dollar went back into inventory, into growth. For 5 years, I worked 16-hour days, building. "Why didn't we know?" Mom asked. "Because I didn't want judgment, didn't want opinions, didn't want people telling me it wouldn't work. I just needed to do it, prove to myself that I could build something real." "You built more than something real," Dad said. "You built something extraordinary." Marcus looked at his new F-250, financed, depreciating, a liability dressed as an asset. "I've been doing it wrong, haven't I? All the new stuff, all on credit, looking successful while drowning in debt." "I'm not judging your choices, but you're right. I bought image, you built substance. Different priorities, different paths. Your path was better." I shrugged. "My path was mine. Yours is yours." Tom stood, walked to one of the new red trucks, ran his hand over the hood. "Thompson Equipment Leasing. You really own the whole company?" "I do. Just me. No partners, no investors. Built it from nothing." "How many pieces of equipment?" "Currently, about 200. Tractors, combines, trucks, plows, everything. Leased to about 80 different operations. Annual revenue?" I told him. His eyes went wide. You're actually wealthy." "I'm comfortable." "You're being modest?" "Maybe." Dad shook his head, amazed. "All this time, we thought, we assumed. I know what you thought. And you let us. Why? Because I needed to know that I could do it, without approval, without validation. Just do it, for myself, for the right reasons, not to prove anything, but because it was worth doing. And now the farm needs help and I can give it. That's enough." Mom brought out lemonade. We sat together, family, finally seeing each other clearly, without assumptions, without judgment, just family. The news spread fast. Small town. Someone saw the equipment delivery. By Monday, everyone knew. Jake Thompson, the quiet guy with the old truck, was actually successful, owned a thriving business, had donated over $1 million in equipment to save his family's farm. My phone rang constantly. People I hadn't heard from in years. "Jake, heard about what you did. That's incredible. Thanks. Why'd you keep it secret?" "Wasn't a secret. Just wasn't advertising." Tuesday, a reporter called. Local paper. "Mr. Thompson, we'd like to do a story about your business, your donation." "I'd rather not. People are inspired. They want to know." "Know what?" "How you did it. How someone can build something real while everyone assumes they're failing." I thought about it, about other people, other quiet builders, working, grinding, invisible. Maybe they needed to hear this. Okay, one interview. The article ran Friday. Front page, photo of me standing by the old truck with the new fleet behind me. Headline, "Local Entrepreneur's Silent Success Saves Family Farm." It was fair, honest. Told the story without sensationalizing. My phone exploded. Friend requests, messages, business inquiries. One message stood out, from a young farmer. "Mr. Thompson, I read your story. I'm struggling. Can't afford equipment. Banks won't loan to me. Any advice?" I called him. "Tell me about your operation." He explained. "Small farm, big dreams, no capital. Come to my office Monday. Let's talk." Monday, he arrived. Nervous, hopeful. I showed him my warehouse, my inventory. "Here's what I can do. I'll lease you a tractor, a truck. Reasonable rates, month to month. If your operation succeeds, great. If it fails, you return the equipment. No penalty, no debt." "Why would you do that?" "Because someone needed to take a chance on me once. Now I take chances on others." He cried, actually cried. "Thank you, thank you." "Don't thank me. Just work hard, build something, then help the next person." He left, determined, inspired. The next week, 3 more struggling farmers called. Same story, big dreams, no resources. I helped them all, because success, real success, isn't measured by what you accumulate, but by what you give, by who you lift, by how you use resources. to help others build their own success. 6 months later, the farm was thriving. The new equipment made everything possible, faster, easier, more profitable. Dad called a family meeting. "Boys, I want to talk about the future, the farm. I'm getting old. Need to think about succession." We gathered, all 4 of us. Dad, Marcus, Tom, me. Traditionally, the farm goes to the oldest son. That's Marcus. Marcus shifted, uncomfortable. "But things have changed. Jake, what you did, saving this farm, giving us the tools to succeed, that matters." "Dad," I started. "Let me finish. I'm not giving you the farm out of obligation or guilt, but I want you involved, equal partner with your brothers, all 3 of you, running this together." Marcus nodded. "I agree. Jake, you saved this place. You deserve equal say." "More than equal," Tom added. "You literally kept it alive." I looked at the farm, the land I'd grown up on, the place I'd wanted to help, to save. I'd be honored, but I have a business to run. I can't be here full time. "We know," Dad said. "You oversee strategy, finances, big decisions. Your brothers handle daily operations. Together, you make this farm something special. Deal." We shook hands, all of us, brothers, partners, family. That night, I drove home in my old truck. Still drove it, still preferred it. Not out of necessity, but out of choice. Because it reminded me where I'd come from, what I'd built, how appearances deceive, how patience pays, how quiet determination outlasts loud arrogance. My phone rang. The young farmer I'd helped, Mr. Thompson. I had my first profitable harvest, paid off the lease, early, with profit left over. "That's great. Congratulations. I want to help others now, like you helped me. How do I start?" I smiled. "Start by helping one person. Just one. Give them a chance, a resource, a boost. Then teach them to help the next person. That's how change spreads. One person, one chance, one decision, to lift instead of judge, to help instead of mock, to see potential where others see failure. Thank you for everything. No, thank you for proving the system works. That giving creates more than taking. That success multiplies when shared." I hung up, pulled into my driveway, modest apartment. Modest life, extraordinary wealth, not in dollars, though I had those, but in purpose, in impact, in legacy, building something that would outlast me. Sunday dinner, 1 year after the fleet arrived. I pulled up in my old truck, still running, barely, still rusted, still coughing, but I'd never replace it, never forget. Marcus and Tom pulled up, in the red F-350s I'd given the farm, driving them proudly, no longer their debt-financed toys, but tools, working trucks, earning their keep. We gathered around Mom's table. The farm was thriving, profits up 300%, debt eliminated, future secure. "Boys," Dad said, "I want to make an announcement. We're expanding, buying the Johnson property, doubling our size." "How?" Tom asked. "We taking loans?" "No, Jake's handling it, through his leasing company. He's buying the equipment we need, we're leasing it, keeping debt off our books, building smart." Marcus smiled. "The Jake Thompson method, own assets, avoid debt, build real wealth." "It's not complicated," I said. "Just patient, disciplined, focused on substance over appearance." "We're learning," Tom said. "Slowly, but learning." After dinner, we stood outside, looking at the farm, the new barn, the thriving crops, the modern equipment. "You know," Marcus said, "I used to think success was looking successful. New truck, big house, impressive stuff. And now? Now I know success is having options, having security, having the ability to help others. That's real wealth." "Took me 5 years to learn that," I said. "Took me 1 year," Marcus laughed, "and a very expensive lesson, delivered by my little brother. Not so little anymore. No, not anymore." We stood together, brothers, no longer competing, no longer judging, just building, together. I looked at my old truck, parked beside the gleaming red F-350s. The contrast was still stark, still obvious, but now everyone understood what it represented. Not failure, not poverty, not inability, but choice, discipline, priority. The understanding that Real success isn't visible. It's not loud. It's not shiny. It's quiet, patient, substantial. It's measured not in appearance, but in impact. Not in what you show, but in what you build. Not in what people think, but in what you know. That's the truth I'd learned. Living below my means, driving an old truck, saving, investing, building. While they laughed, while they mocked, while they judged, I was becoming everything they thought I wasn't. And when the moment came, when family needed help, I was ready, not with words, not with promises, but with actual resources, actual solutions, actual love. That's what mattered. That's what lasted. That's what real success looked like. They'd mocked my old truck until I parked the brand new fleet I'd secretly bought and showed them that appearances lie, that patience wins, that real wealth is built in silence and revealed in service.